You get all kinds of awesome anime characters, but we love a good main character with a grim and dark past. Having faced and seen some horrible things that have molded them and shaped them into the brilliant main character that we get to see before us today. Welcome back to Animeology. We'll be covering our absolute favorite strong anime characters with a dark past. These characters may be great, but we guarantee the anime themselves are awesome and something you definitely want to check out. Number 10, Ryner Lute, the legend of the legendary heroes. An absolutely fantastic anime series set across a magical kingdom. We follow the extremely lazy Ryner Lute as he sets off across the kingdom on the hunt for the relics of a legendary hero in a desperate attempt to stop the ongoing war and the deadly curse that is rapidly spreading across the entire continent. Ryner Lute is an insanely powerful being with the ability to copy and use any magic that he sees. Slowly getting the name of the deadliest magician of Roland, he keeps to himself as he does not want to harm or cause sadness to anyone around him. A dedicated and loyal friend and lover, Ryner has slowly come to terms with the fact that he's actually a monster, with one of his earliest memories of him waking up on a battlefield. With a rough life throughout, his life is almost over when he uses his strongest magical powers and manages to save those around him. Things definitely get darker with the life of Ryner Lute, but these are serious spoilers that we're not gonna get into. The Legend of the Legendary Heroes is a brilliant anime series that we definitely recommend you check out for yourself. Number 9, Avilio Bruno, 91 Days. An absolutely insane crime drama series that we think will go down in history as one of the greatest anime series of all time. A tale of friendship, loyalty, and vengeance, 91 Days is a near flawless anime. Avilio Bruno starts off as the only survivor of a brutal mafia-related crime killing. 7 years ago, his entire family was murdered by the Venetti crime family. Since then, he has maintained an intense and burning hatred for those that murdered his family and remained in hiding while plotting his revenge. The series kicks off with the arrival of a mysterious letter and Avilio returning to his hometown. Avilio returns and attempts to get close to the son of the mafia boss, Nero Venetti, aiming to get his revenge by killing them both, manipulating and toying with the Venetti family in one of the most brilliant revenge plots and twisted MCs with a horribly dark past that we have ever come across. A definite must watch. There are so many layers to 91 Days. There really is nothing quite like this. Number 8, Hyakkimaru Dororo.
Dororo, kaese! Shuga!
From as early as 1967, Dororo has been entertaining anime fans from around the world with its signature dark and historical fantasy and insane action scenes. Both the main characters Hyakkimaru and Dororo actually have insanely tragic and dark pasts, but it is hard to argue with just how twisted Hyakkimaru has it. A ronin wandering the lands that are barely even human. His father made a pact with 48 Ciel demons and the cost was the life of his newborn son. Hyakkimaru was born malformed, limbless, and without any facial features or internal organs. Sent to die on a river as a literal baby, Hyakkimaru was found and raised by an intelligent doctor. This doctor gave him special limbs and even a blade attached to his left arm. This blade was forged out of vengeance and was perfect for slaying supernatural entities. With a combination of deadly skills, prosthetics, and insane healing magic, nothing can stop Hyakkimaru on his insane journey across the Sengoku period Japan. Number 7, Richard Ranasinghe de Vulpian, The Case Files of Jeweler Richard.
Are you okay? 助かりました。
それがリチャードとの出会いだった。
An interesting anime series that narrows in on more as a mystery detective series more than anything. Our hero Richard has an insane knowledge of minerals. Young and handsome, this British jeweler has his own small shop in Japan. The story really kicks off on an eventful night when a college student, Segi, saves our hero from drunks that were harassing him due to his good looks. After learning that he's a jeweler, Seigi hires out Richard and asks him to take a look at a pink sapphire ring that he has. The two slowly start to form a really great friendship and join up and partake in a number of jewel-related adventures from strange and wacky clients from all across the world. We soon start to learn of the secret and interesting little storage that exists behind every single one of these insanely valuable pieces of jewelry. As we explore both Richard and Seigi with each passing episode, it soon becomes clear that there is more to both of them than meets the eye, as we start to unravel the potentially dark past behind our lovable heroes. Number 6. Chika Kudo, Kono Oto Tomare, Sounds of Life.
だよ1年か。
おいやめろ、そいつ日中の工藤だ。
それって去年警察沙汰起こしたっていう。
てめえら俺の道の前でごちゃついてんじゃねえよ。どけ
Very unique series compared to most that we've come across. Sounds of Life is more of a music-based slice of life anime watch that we can't help but binge. Kudo, as he's fondly called by most of his friends, is actually extremely childish in nature. Very straightforward and honest, but often doesn't really understand how to really express himself and really understand others. Although he seems pretty friendly and excitable on the surface, we soon learn that Chika Kudo's childhood was not as enjoyable as you'd think. Without many friends, most of his younger years were spent as a childhood delinquent, getting up to all sorts of trouble. But his grandfather helped him through it and taught him how to use the highly skilled koto instrument. Since then, Chika developed an insane level of skill with this instrument and even uses it to help communicate his emotions and how he's actually feeling. Through the course of the series, we watch this MC with a sad and dark past start to really understand himself and develop feelings for another like never before. Number 5. Violet Evergarden, Violet Evergarden.
私よりお前の今後の方が心配よ。それともう少し表情豊かに話せないの？
A brilliant coming-of-age fantasy series that has since seen a great deal of success as a light novel, series, and multiple anime films. Having received a great deal of commercial and critical success, you must give Violet Evergarden a watch when you can. The main protagonist is Violet Evergarden, a former soldier then enlisted and served in the war. During her time as a soldier, she was treated as nothing but a mere weapon, completely expressionless with no understanding of human feelings. She definitely has feelings but doesn't really understand them. She cannot speak, read, or write. In fact, the only thing she understands is the order to kill. With no sense of right or wrong, she has spent her whole life just following orders. It's a really grim and sad history for such a brilliant character. After her time in the military has ended, Violet struggles to reintegrate back into society. Through Gilbert does Violet slowly learn how to read and write, getting in touch with her emotions and beginning to express herself. But tragedy follows Violet constantly in one of the greatest anime series to come out in a long while. Number 4. Nana Hiragi, Talentless Nana.
私、人の心が読めます。でも、ちょっと空気は読めません。よろしくお願いします。
One look at the bubblegum pink hair and the double ponytails or the daisy flower hair tie and you would not think that Nana Hiragi had any sort of dark and tragic past. That is what makes Talentless Nana such a brilliant anime series, constantly subverting our expectations and understanding in one of the most suspenseful, psychological thrillers we have ever seen. Nana is very easygoing and has a bubbly and fun extroverted personality, but we soon realize that she's a highly skilled, intelligent, and extremely observant assassin that has been trained and sent by the government in order to assassinate all of her classmates. But she truly is an emotionless killer, even the MC that she gets along with. Nana has no emotions when actively trying to kill him, manipulative and cunning and unbelievably ruthless. But there exists many levels of depth to Nana as we learn that she too had suffered since childhood, and was not perhaps a bad person at heart, but rather someone that was forced to make the best of her own horrible situation. Number 3. Mirai Kuriyama, Beyond the Boundary.
思いますけど。戦闘を始めましょう。
A brilliant dark fantasy series with a strong romance at its core and some interesting use of the supernatural. Beyond the Boundary is a series that is not afraid to explore the heavy emotional weight of its two main characters, especially its female lead Mirai Kuriyama. Mirai is a first-year high school student with short pink hair. She wears glasses and is definitely beautiful in her own right. She has the powerful ability to manipulate blood, but extended use of her powers leads to severe anemia. She is extremely depressed and feels isolated from the rest of society and actually attempts to commit suicide at the start of the series due to her insanely tragic past, constantly mocked and made fun of after posting the struggles of her life on her blog and Twitter account. With few friends by her side and living a life filled with regret, we can't help but feel such immense sorrow for Mirai, no matter how powerful she actually is. Number 2. Ciel Phantomhive, Black Butler.
神を信ずる者がお前を召喚する者か
A brilliant dark comedy and fantasy series with some awesome supernatural elements, Black Butler is a brilliant series that you do not want to miss out on. With an interesting setting and strong core characters, the twisted sense of humor is something that is really hard to come across. Ciel is our 13-year-old MC. In Victorian-era London, he runs the family estate for the past 3 years. On his 10th birthday, his family home was attacked by unidentified criminals that set everything on fire. In all the chaos, both his parents were killed and even his beloved family dog. That very night, he was actually kidnapped and sent into slavery. He ended up in the hands of a demon-worshipping cult that put him through countless physical, mental, and sexual abuse. One day, Ciel forges a deal with the demon in exchange for his freedom from the cult. Ciel aims for complete revenge on the people that destroyed his life and works together with the demon on his path for vengeance. Number 1. Yoshio Kobayashi, Trickster.
そうか死ねるかお前と一緒に花咲ありがとうな
A brilliant detective series, Trickster is a long-running and successful manga series with a pretty solid anime adaptation that we definitely recommend you check out. We follow an elite detective club that takes on a number of cases both big and small. With a number of detectives and their own interesting backstories, none are as tragic or as dark as Yoshio. Very mysterious with insane supernatural abilities, including immortality. He wishes to die but just can't. Extremely emotionally detached, we soon see Yoshio start to get comfortable and really enjoy the company of the others. They say that his strength is inversely proportional to his will to live. His powers are at their strongest when he values his own life the least. He slowly starts to learn more and more about his past. His mother with a horrible sickness spent most of her life heavily medicated, and a father that was seriously against their unborn child and what he was doing to his wife. Yoshio's father blamed his son for his wife's death, and Yoshio actually tried to kill himself, but his powers awakened and stopped him from doing so.